Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the Zoya Island Fun collection. This is the second summer collection that Zoya is coming out with this year. This is 6 polishes. They are all creams. I will link Zoya down below where you guys can check these out, and I will get into the swatches. The first polish is called Jace, and this is kind of a 1970s bathroom tile kind of green. I think I've used that to describe something before, but this is like the exact color of the tile in my parents' bathroom because it's the only room they haven't remodeled yet. That's how I see this. This is a cream. So here is one coat of Jace. This one is a bit streaky on the first coat, so it is going to need a second. You will notice some staining on my nails. That is from 2 polishes in this half of the collection also, so I will kind of address that when we get to them. The formula on this one is really good. Not too thick, not too thin, really easy to apply. It does want to run down the stem of the brush though and can flood your nail if you're not careful. So there is one coat of Jace. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Jace. This one covers completely on 2 coats, but I can see where if you were a little more heavy-handed, you could end up needing 3 because you can accidentally push too hard and apply it too thin and create streaks. Again, a really good formula. You just do have to be a little bit careful of the polish running down the stem of the brush if you don't wipe it off really well. So there is 2 coats of Jace. The next polish is called Demetria, and this is a red cream. This has a slight orange tone to it, but it does definitely lean more red. So here's one coat of Demetria. This one covers really well on the first coat. I can still make my nail line out a little bit, so it is going to need 2. The nail line doesn't show much on camera, but it is really obvious in person. So there is one coat of Demetria. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Demetria. This one does cover completely in 2 coats. It covers up that nail line. The formula on this feels just like the last one, really smooth and easy to apply, but it does have a tendency to run down the stem of the brush. So there is 2 coats of Demetria. The next polish is called Serenity, and this is a slightly dusty purple cream. So here is one coat of Serenity. This one covers really well on the first coat. I think if you did a thick enough coat, it could be a 1-coater, but a thick coat would be hard because it does want to run a little bit. Like, this is the worst one, I think, for running down the stem of the brush. I think if you try to do a thick enough first coat to cover it completely, then you're going to end up flooding your nail. It does have a fairly smooth formula. It just is a little runny. You can see it's starting to fill in the side of my ring finger there. It's running down. So there is one coat of Serenity. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Serenity. This one covers completely in 2 coats. It was nearly opaque in one. It just had a few streaks. This, like the purple from the Paradise Sun collection, has a very strong smell. It smells rather dank, if you will. So there is 2 coats of Serenity. The next polish is called Nana, and this is kind of a fuchsia cream. So here's one coat of Nana. This one covers really well. It's nearly opaque in 1 coat. I did end up doing too thick of a coat on my pointer finger and it covered completely, but if I do a little bit thinner of a coat here, you can still see my nail line a little bit. I am going to do 2 coats just to make sure everything is even. The formula on this is really good, really easy to apply. You do have to be careful of it running down the stem. So there is 1 coat of Nana. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Nana. This one covers completely in 2 coats, and like I said, it was nearly opaque on one if you did a thick enough coat. This one, unlike Serenity, could be done easily. I think in 1 thick coat, the coat wouldn't get too thick to handle like I think Serenity would. So there is 2 coats of Nana. The next polish is called Cecilia, and this is kind of a tealy blue-green. I feel like it leans more green in person, but it is showing up a little bit more blue on camera. So here's 1 coat of Cecilia. This one is nearly opaque in 1 coat. It still has a little bit of unevenness. It does want to run down the stem of the brush very badly though. The formula is easy to work with. If you have to be careful or else you'll flood the sides of your nail if you put it on too thick, and that goes for most of the polishes in this collection. This is one of the polishes that did stain my nails pretty badly too. So there is one coat of Cecilia. I'm going to let that dry and come back for a second coat. So here is 2 coats of Cecilia. This one covers completely in 2 coats. And again, the polish really wants to run down the brush, so you have to be careful not to flood your nail. And again, this one did stain. That might be avoidable by wearing some base coat or even a couple coats of base coat, but I'm not sure. Some polishes will stain right through base coat. So there is 2 coats of Cecilia. And the last polish is called Talia, and this is a deep greeny blue. This is showing up a lot more blue on camera than it is in real life. It's really, the camera's not showing the green tones at all. I'm hoping that my swatch pictures will. So here is 1 coat of Talia. This one is completely opaque in 1 coat. You do have to do a bit of a thicker coat. This one does want to run down the stem as well, but you still only have to do 1 coat. This one did stain on me though. I think this one stained even worse than the last one. So there is 1 coat of Talia. Again, 1 coater. I can still see my white spot a little bit there, my pinky nail, but I can't see my nail line at all. I do, however, think if you didn't want to do as thick a coat as it takes to do 1 coat on this one, you would end up needing 2. So my favorite in this collection is Serenity. I just think it's a really, really beautiful shade of purple. The blue and the teal didn't really stand out to me like blues usually do in collections, but I did really, really like this purple, which kind of surprised me because I don't tend to gravitate towards purples that much. So that is the Zoya Island Fun collection for summer 2015. I will link Zoya down below so you guys can check these out. I will also link my review of the other summer collection from Zoya, the Paradise Sun collection. That one did go up yesterday, so I'll link that one down below as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.